Hello everyone, welcome to this video. In this video, I want to discuss about Dirac delta function. This is the lecture number 1 for the semester 2 of electricity and magnetism. Okay, so you can watch the syllabus of University of Calcutta semester 2 of BSc Physics. You can see here for the paper CC3, that is consist electricity and magnetism, in which first one is the Dirac delta function and its property. In this video, I want to cover up this portion, that is the Dirac delta function, definition of Dirac delta function as a limit of different representation, properties of delta function, three-dimensional delta function, and proof of this property, which is very useful in the electricity and magnetism. This identity. That's why at the very beginning we need to derive this equation using Dirac delta function. That's why this is very important for discussing electricity and magnetism on the rest part. This is electrostatic dielectric property of matter, method of images, electrostatic energy, the magnetostatic field, magnetic property of matter, electromagnetic induction, and electrical current. This is the all total syllabus for the electricity and magnetism, that is semester 2 CC3 paper. So let's start with this portion. Dirac delta function, actually consider this the charge distributed in a rod along the x-axis. This is the charge where lambda is the charge per unit length, charge density, line charge density, right? Now if you want to accumulate this charge along this y-axis, accumulate this charge at a time, this charge will be at x equal to 0, the charge present, and other part the charge will be 0. Okay, this is the actually Dirac delta function. This is the conical delta function. This is the generalization of conical delta function, is the Dirac delta function. Conical delta function, you know, when I equals to j, then this function will be 1, and when I not equal to j, then this function will be 0, and alternatively you can see this. So Dirac delta function is generalization function or distribution introduced by physicist Pauli Dirac. It is used to model density of an ionized point mass or point charge as a function of equal to 0 everywhere except for 0 or whose integrate over the entire real line. That means the charge present at a particular point, that is x equal to x0, and the other in the other region the charge is not present. For that case you can use this Dirac delta function, and this definition you can see here. For total charge minus infinity plus infinity lambda x dx equals to q, in that case total charge will be q. This is nothing but the integration minus infinity plus infinity lambda x dx. Now we accumulate this charge at x equal to x0. So lambda x equal to q delta x minus x0, where delta x minus x0 is 0 if x not equal to x0. When x and x0 are equal, then this is 1, and otherwise this will be 0, right? So this equals to that can be written as lambda x, that is the charge density, can be written as this, because all charge present at x equal to 0. That means when x equal to x0, this charge will be q, and when x not equal to x0, then charge will be 0, right? In that case this presentation represented by this notation, mathematical notation. By this mathematical notation we can represent this physical situation. I think you understand the physical situation. The charge everywhere is 0 at x equal to 0, charge is q. Total charge accumulate at this point. Initially total charge accumulate on this rod, but finally when we accumulate this charge, the charge accumulate in this at x equal to x0, total charge are accumulate. So we can represent this. So if we integrate in this x direction, you will be get total charge q, right? So total charge q. So by comparing this q cancel out, you will be get this definition or property of a Dirac delta function, and this is the definition of the Dirac delta function. This is the definition. These two are actual definition of Dirac delta function. Dirac delta function, right? Clear? Go to the next portion, that is delta function as a limit of different representation. Actually delta function can be also represented as sin Lx by pi x limit L tends to infinity. This can be can be as a represent as a delta function. Why? Because this formula actually follow up these three property, where area can be calculated L tends to infinity, minus infinity, plus infinity of this function, and if you calculate this will gives you 1, and you know this area under the Dirac delta function will be 1, and this process unit integral of L, it become infinitely charged at x equal to 0. When x equal to 0 means, so there x minus x0, x0 is 0, here x0 is 0, x0 equals to 0, taken x0 equals to 0, then this are property satisfied. So this is another representation of the Dirac delta function. Now comes into the properties of Dirac delta function. You will be remember this property. When x not equal to x0, this function will be 0, and when x equal to x0, this function will be infinity. So the limit or the integration, when x0 belongs to this limit, then this becomes 1, otherwise this becomes 0, right? This delta function will be infinity, the charge will be infinity up to, and this is the most important property. When f of a integration a to b f of x delta x minus x0 dx, this becomes f of x0 when x0 lies between ab, and if x0 does not lies between ab, then becomes 0. So this is an important property which will be used various times for Dirac delta function. That means this function is exist at x equal to x0 and others will be 0. That's why this becomes f of x0. Go to the next property. A to b f of x delta prime, prime is nothing but the derivative of delta function, will be equals to minus f prime x0 into 0, right? Delta of minus x equal to delta, that means x is sorry, so that's mean delta function is even function, right? Delta function is even function, and delta x minus x0 also can be written as x0 minus x because of even function. Delta a of x equal to 1 by mod a delta x, and f of x delta x minus a nothing but delta of a delta x minus a. Another property, delta a minus x delta x minus b equal to delta a minus b, delta x square minus s square equals to like that. These are the property of delta function. Go to the next topic that gives you that is the three-dimensional delta function. Up to we will discuss about the one-dimensional delta function, and now comes into three-dimensional delta function. This is similar in the three dimension. So this can be represented delta q because of three dimension r minus r0, right? That means this will be 1 or infinity. Total integration will be 1, area will be 1 when r minus r0 equal to that. Okay, so if you take the total integration, so this will gives you 1 when r0 lies between into this volume, and this become 0, this become 0 when this equals to not equals to lies between v, right? And finally this property also satisfied that this equals to that. I think there is a wrong. Actually, this will be f of r0. This will be f of r0. Okay, this will be f of r0. Please correct this one. F will be f of r0. This will be f of r0. This will be f of r0. Okay, when this is become that. Next, this is a important property that we need to derive, and this property will be used in various point of electrostatic and magnetostatics. Various times this will be used. What do need? Divergence of r cap by r square. So r cap can be written as r vector by r. So this become r vector by rq. So there is a scalar function 1 by rq and a vector function r, right, r vector. So this can be written as, because divergence of phi a, this is the vector identity you know very well, divergence of phi a equals to grad phi dot a plus phi divergence of a. So 1 by rq is a scalar function and r is a vector. So grad of 1 by rq dot r plus 1 by rq divergence of r. So this is nothing but simply derivative with respect to r into r cap. So derivative will be minus 3 by r to the r 4 and r cap becomes r vector by r. So that's why this is r to the r 5 r vector and r vector. So and this is no divergence of r is nothing but 3. If you don't know this formula, you can refer to my video which already uploaded of the solution of vector analysis by MS Faisal. You can watch from there. Divergence of r is 3 and this is the property, you know, that is divergence of f of r is nothing but f prime r r cap, okay, or you can see f prime r by r vector. This will be already proved, you can watch there. This is used here, and finally you can see here this is equal to 0. For r not equal to 0, this becomes 0, no problem. But what in the case of r equals to 0, when r tends to 0, what will be the case? When r tends to 0, now we can take we can use a divergence theorem for a small sphere of radius capital R around the origin. So this can be written as this formula. This is the divergence theorem, you know very well about the divergence theorem in the vector analysis also. Now this can be written as 1 by r square, because r vector is the r cap, r into r cap, so r cancel out, 1 by r square cycling integral of ds, because r is not changes, this is a constant surface. So this is total surface is 4 pi r square, the r square cancel out, only taken the 4 pi. So you can see here this integration, this limit will be 0 and this integration becomes 4 pi. Since this result is true for regardless of how small this r, so one can represent this as the, because this volume tends to negligible, you can take, so this sense nothing but the 4 pi delta rq. So in the final you can write this is, because when r equals to 0, this becomes 4 pi, when r not equal to 0, this becomes 0, right? So that's why we use this three-dimensional delta function, because this function is 4 pi when r equals to 0, this equals to 0 when r not equal to 0. You can write here actually 2 function equals to 4 pi when r equals to r0 and 0 when r equals to not equals to r0, right? R not equals to r0. Clear? For any query you must comment in the comment box. Clear? This is an important formula you need to prove, and this formula will be used in the vector electricity and magnetism various times. This is all about me, and this is my contact details, and this is my YouTube channel details. Go to this channel, you will get various others video regarding physics, and that's it. And if you new in this channel, you can subscribe this channel and press the bell icon to get the notification of upcoming video. Share to this video to your friends so that he or she also get benefit from this video. So take care, we will meet in the next video as soon as possible. Thank you.